Joshua's Table.
Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Joshua's Table. I'm so glad that you're here with me today, because guess what? We're going to work on a dish that there are hundreds of ways of making it, but this is going to be a simple way. Curry beef, some basmati rice, and some broccoli. So let's start. So the first thing we're going to start with is our rice. As usual, like I showed you in the past how to make rice. Same concept, simple, quick, and easy. So let's do this again. So we'll start with a cup and a half of rice, basmati rice. Always want to wash your rice out. I like using basmati rice too because for some reason it has a nice texture to it, nice aroma. And it goes well with a lot of the Caribbean dishes. Get our stove on, heat our pan. Got my handy dandy wooden spoon here that I love to use. So I'm just using naturally salted butter. And half of this I'm going to use. Half of that open. Get that all melted in there good. Get the water. Stir it along real good. Got that set and ready to boil. Once that begins to boil, I can do the next step in that. This is already starting to bubble already, which is perfect. I'm gonna let it bubble a little more, and then right before I turn it off, I'm going to get my foil and cover it down. So you'll see this process in a minute. Turn my stove off, and I'm going to let that steam and continue to cook. And once everything else is done, this will be perfect and fluffy. We'll take a look at it later. So let's wash our vegetables. So get our potatoes all washed up. Add parts that we don't want in there. Alright, so we have our meat here, and you can use any type of beef you want. I just have some steak cuts that I have minced up real small. I already pre-seasoned it already, and you can come and take a look and see. All right, so my pot's nice and hot, and I'm gonna add a little bit of oil in there. Go ahead and get our meat in there. We're going to give this a little bit to cook, and then we're going to start seasoning it with our curry and add all our stuff in there shortly. All right, while this is cooking here, we're going to go ahead and do our broccoli. Get that hot. Get the other half of the stick of butter that we had. Put that in our pan. While this is getting nice and hot here, butter is melting nice and good here. I'm gonna go ahead and add my broccoli in. We're not gonna season or anything yet. We're gonna let that start to steam and then come back and season after. So I'm just gonna cover that down like that and let that steam. Cover that meat like that. Oh yeah. Now what I want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and strain a lot of this liquid out. Just right over here. Garlic, half of the onions, now my curry mixture. This is what I have for my curry mixture, and as you can see on the screen here, this is all what's included in it. To make this beautiful powder here. I'm going to use half of this. Steaming real good. At this time, we're going to go ahead and season our broccoli now. Just a little bit of salt. You know, nothing too special. We'll keep this simple. A little bit of salt. A little bit of cracked black pepper. Okay. A little bit of minced garlic that I'm going to put in there. That's it. And I'm going to cover this down and turn this off. So this is off. This is going to continue steaming and this is going to cook to perfection. So this is basically finished. This is how easy this dish is. The rice is almost finished steaming. This is almost complete steaming also. I'm going to focus on this meat and get this beautifully cooking. So let's attack this and get this ready. I just uncovered this. This smells so good. You can see it's a nice little crust to it. Yeah, I like that. That's what I want to see over there. That's going. I'm going to have my potatoes in here now. Go ahead and add some water in here in a minute. remaining. This will start to cook down and bring all those flavors together. Well, like I said, there's 100 different ways of making curry. There's no secret way of doing it, but this is one way that I do it. It turns out really, really good. I'm gonna let that boil for a minute. That's gonna take about a good 30 minutes. And then we're gonna reduce it. We're gonna taste it, make sure it's well tasted and seasoned. So in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little break, have something to drink, relax ourselves, and then come back to this delicious meal. Easy. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's take a look at the rice and see how fluffy it came out. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful rice right there. I'm gonna fluff that up. Cover it down, let it keep steaming. The more it steams, the longer the grain gets, the more fluffy it becomes. This is perfect and this is ready to go. Look at our meat now. Lower our stove down, like I said. Lower it down and allow this to continue cooking. I am going to go ahead and taste this and see how well this is coming and what's missing. Sometimes you got to taste it to see if you need more salt or if you need more pepper, etc. It's strong. Enough salt, curry and everything is good. I'm going to add another half a cup of water in there. It's about 30 minutes and then this meal will be ready to serve. So while this is cooking, let's look at a short little video on understanding what exactly curry is, because a lot of people don't know what curry is. They're like, what is curry? And this little video will explain exactly what curry is and all the good deliciousness that you can get with it.
What is curry?
Curry is a word invented by the Brits to describe any sort of Indian sauce.
What's curry powder?
A curry powder is also a word invented by the Brits to describe any sort of powder made up by any amount of spices. We don't use curry powder. We all make up our own version of spices and our own versions of curries, so there's no definitive amount to how many curries you can have.
All right, so everything is finished. I'm going to turn this off. Allow this to finish, cook within its own juices, and get ready to plate here shortly. Get our rice, veggies, and our curried beef on the plate. It's deliciousness. Let's go ahead and start plating now. Let's start with our rice and make this bed a beautiful bed. So I'm just going to put some rice there. Just rice up the pot. Put it down like that. Now I could make it all fancy and make it into different shapes and stuff. We're gonna eat this here right now, so no need for that. Just make that beautiful like that. Okay. Get our broccoli. We're just gonna put a couple pieces like that. Make that look beautiful where we want it. Just like that. got me a glass of ice cold water. A bit thirsty today, so we got that. All right, so curry beef. Potatoes are nice and soft. Rice, cooked perfect. Our beef. Soft and delicious. And of course, our broccoli. Buttery and perfect. So, this is a simple dish that you can do. Nothing hard to it. Rice, beef, potatoes, and broccoli. And we did it in a curried sauce that's quite tasty. Comment. Let me know what you think. What you would change about the dish. Any concerns. And subscribe. Hit that little button right there, that like button, that bell. So when I bring out new content, you guys can actually see what I got going on. Any questions you have, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Hit me up, let me know what you think. And I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this. Simple dish, something quick and easy to make. Nothing too special. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and I'll see you next time at my table.
You gotta eat for life, gotta eat for life, as long as you're willing and able. Meet me over on Joshua's table, Joshua's table, Joshua's table. Long as you're willing and able, meet me at Joshua's table, Joshua's table, Joshua's table. You gotta eat for life. Over on this channel, yeah, we keeping it kosher. Cooking good food like the way we supposed to. Everything we use, you know it have to be clean, cause that's the main ingredient in the cooking hygiene. Gonna share my